Okay, so now that we've gone over support and resistance, we're going to talk about channels. Channels, pretty much the same thing. It's just on a diagonal. So whether it's an up channel or a down channel, you're trying to find the trend and the support and resistance within the trend. So I use support and resistance a lot, but I use channels as my support and resistance more often. So I'm going to kind of show you that a little right here. So we were doing, our resistance up here, support down here, with all of our charts, going in and out of them. So that was resistance and our support. But what we do now, so usually when there's charts, it tends to be like this. So there's going down, go up, go down, go up, go down, go down, go up, go down. So when a chart's like this, it's in a channel. It's in a down channel. And this bottom line is going to be our support. And this top line is going to be our resistance. So just resistance and support. So just like we just went over with support and resistance, where that was just in a channel overall, like just straight across. But this is channels are when it's in a trend, they're down or up. So that makes sense. I'm going to now show you. So we're going to go back to my US dollar to Canadian chart. From the previous video we watched, it just went up and tested that line, that huge support line we drew. See that it went up there, went above it, and now it's back below it. So I honestly think I'm going to probably short this, but we'll see. Because I'm going to show you how to do channels now, and you're going to see that it might be hitting support line on a channel. So let's go to the day view. So here's all our support and resistance lines right there, you see. But look at this. So right here, I'm going to go back pretty far. See this channel we're in? Well, see how it's kind of going up right now? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a channel. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to do a parallel channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a good point. So I'm going to click here. And you can tell that it keeps following that line. I'm going to kind of make it more perfect. And then you can go up. Let's do right there. Okay. So I'm going to kind of adjust these to how I like to see. So I'm going to go down to this one. And I kind of want it to go yeah, let's do that right there. And let's put this one right there. Okay, so I'm on the day view chart. So see how it tends to go up and hit this line. So right there I broke through, but gets close, hits it, broke through it, but came back, touch it. So this is a very big channel in this huge channel because these are each day charts. So it takes, months or weeks to hit the top and bottom of this. But you can tell there's that line kind of going through. You could put it higher, but I feel like it touches this line more than up in here. If that makes sense. So that's the big channel. It's in an up channel, a big one. So if you look at, so let's zoom in a little bit. If you go a little closer, there can be smaller channels. So I'm going to go to the 4-hour view and zoom out. Okay, so see this? So this is just since the beginning of March. I'm going to do another channel. Let's do parallel channel. So let's go from here, and you can see from here up. I'll change this in a sec. Okay. Okay, so I'm kind of adjust this a little bit more to how I like. So I'm gonna put that one right there. See this line, see how they keep touching right here? I really like that. And it, okay, let's go like that. And then this top one, let's keep it in the smaller trend, which seems like that. Look at that. Just barely 5 minutes ago, it touched that. It touches it right there, right there. So you can pull this down further if you wanted, to see if it kind of continues on that trend. Okay, so right now you can see, okay, so we have our support and resistance lines, and then we have our channels. So we have our big, huge channel that I created that it's in, this big one with the white space, and then this little channel it's been in for, a month or two right now in this upward channel. So overall, it's in the upward channel, but if you look right here, so it just touched that line, and now it's working weights back down, and there's a support line right here. So from me looking at this, I feel like it's, depending on if it continues above the support and keeps going up, I'll probably think it's going to rise above this. But see, so this line right now is our resistance, and this is our support for this channel. Where like right now, this was a resistance, and that's a support for not the channel, but just in general. But you can see it's at the top of this up channel, and it's at a strong resistance, so it's probably going to come down in here, but it's also at the kind of at the bottom of this huge channel. So as you can see, like over time, it will kind of keep going up and have a hard up, and then it will drop down to the bottom. So honestly, we have a lot of room for this to just go way up right now. This has a lot of room if it breaks that support or this resistance line right here. So that's a nice little thing to see with our channels. But here, let's zoom in. So another thing I like to do is, let's get closer in. So let's go to like our 5-minute chart. Okay. So if I zoom out a little bit, look at this little trend it's been in this 5-minute chart. So I'm going to do another one. Let's do parallel channel. Let's start from here. Okay, I'm just going to kind of make it, then I'll adjust it. So I'm looking right at these lines right here. Okay, I like that. So see how it's trading kind of in this channel. So it came out of here, and then it's back in right here. And then it's just kind of been in this channel. So it touched the bottom, went up, touched the top, came down, broke it, but went back up, and then broke it again, went above, and then it's out of it right now. So seeing this right now, this is our strong resistance line from years ago. We're in the upward channel, and this is the upward channel. If it comes right in here, and it bounces off this and continues to go up, I'm going to place a buy for sure, because we can tell that it's just going to continue, has so much room to move and to go. Because remember, if this top line, our resistance line, becomes our support once it breaks through. So we'll see how that kind of goes. But these trend lines are really good because, so if we go back to the day, you can see, so look how many little lines I got. So this is the big main one I have over, since September of 17. And then this one it's in right now is since February. It's currently May. And then this see that little one I just placed on the 5-minute chart? See how up it is? How it's trading in that over the past 2 days. You can't even see that right now, but if you go to like the hour, or let's go to 30-minute. No, there it is. So you can kind of, depends whether you're trading, daily or you want to do just quick trades. But if you're doing quick trades, you know, you're going to be on your 30-hour or even 5-minute charts, and you can kind of see the trends. Like even right here, so in this, we're on the 30-minute charts, but if I go here and click this parallel channel, see right here how for a really good time it traded within this little channel. So when you're trading, and say you're day trading, you're looking at your trades, and you notice this channel, and it's like right here, you realize, okay, this is at the top of this little downward channel, and then it broke it. It also broke this big support line, and then it dropped to the bottom of the channel, came back up, and it kept going down. And you could be trading that, you know. On a downward channel, I like to trade when it hits the top, you want to place a sell. You don't really want to, I don't really buy when it's in a downward channel because you're going to try to buy just to get it up to like over in here. You know, because if you place a buy and it's at the bottom, it's not going to go high. But when you place a sell at the top, it drops down. I hope that makes sense. But then you can see it came and it tested it and it broke it, and then it continued to go up. So when it breaks it and it stays out, then, you know, all hell broke loose. Just kidding, but really, anything is game right there. So then you got to figure out what it was doing there. But then look, you can even see this channel right here. It traded in for a good, you know, 10 hours. So there's always channels, or even it was in a downward channel again. But when you're trading quickly, you know, that's what you want to see. But right now, you know, these bigger channels that I've placed show you that we're really in an upward channel overall. So, you know, the big huge one going up and this one going up. But if you wanted to get crazy, you know, you could go to the day and zoom way out and look at this. So this is back January of 16. But let's see this. See this? You could go. Let's go like that. Okay. So you see this channel right here. This is an even larger channel that's playing even bigger. So this is an overall down channel from a long time ago. So, you know, you can see it's kind of been like, oh, it rises and then it comes down and then it rises, and once it gets up to this top, it looks like it can come down. So, you know, it has a potential to go up and continue in this channel, but there's also this larger channel, this larger downtrend, you know, because it touched here and it's kind of heading down. It'll be really interesting to see kind of what this pair does, but this gives you a good idea, you know, a good way to look. You can even go to the weekly view and go out even further, and you can see all, you know, you could create this whole thing as a channel. Or I bet if you ran this one back up, it would connect within these. So it's crazy how it kind of all correlates, but allows you to kind of get in there and see, you know, what the overall trend is. You know, when I see this, I think, okay, this is a downward trend. It broke it right here, and then it was kind of doing it, but then it broke it again where it's at right now. And I think this has a lot of potential to just continue going up. But if it decides to come back below this and break it down, you know, this could drop from here down to touch the support line again, which would be, you know, it would be almost 2,000 pips. But then you can also say it's in an uptrend through here. So there's a lot of different channels you can trade, you know. So this one is huge channel that's in from 3 years ago. This channel right here that we're just looking at is from about a year and a half ago that it's in. And then this channel right here, let's go back to day. Oh. So this channel right here, oh, this one right here goes back to February. So it looks like overall, you know, it's in an upward trend right now. and it has a lot of place to go up. But the one thing that scares me is see this line coming through. If it can't continue to break that and goes down, it can break this channel and it can continue in this one going down. Because right now it's at the top of this one, but it still has potential to go down there. So there's a lot of things, to consider and to trade, and a lot of it has to do with news as well, because you can look at your news and see, is the Canadian dollar supposed to do well over the next month, or what's supposed to be happening, how's it doing compared to the dollar. There's so many things you can do. So right there in this little channel right here, it's looking like it's gonna stay above that. Let's go to our 5 minute. So right here, test it again. Notice right here, so this is our big resistance line, and this is now technically a support line from this channel. A lot of times what it'll do, it can't decide where it wants to go, if it wants to go above this resistance or below the support, and they'll come into like a little crevice right here. When that happens, when it breaks out, it tends to break out big, like big down or big up, but that's just something to watch. So, right now, I don't really feel comfortable trading this pair because it's high right now, but if it continues to get up in here and go up, I'm going to buy. But if it comes back down, I'm going to sell. So that's how to make channels. That's how channels work. It's just your support and resistance, but in upward or downward trend. So, if I wanted to go to a different pair, like we were doing earlier, the euro to US dollar, it broke that channel we made earlier, and look, it's touching that big support line that we built. But if I go to the day for this one, so I've already actually put a channel on this one dating back to May of last year. If I wanted to just add to it, because I probably could, here, let's zoom out a little bit. Oops. So like, I could just go like this and be like, okay. I really like those lines right there. And then for the bottom part, oops. Let's go to right there. I'm kind of more looking in this area. So you can see right now, see this trend it's in. This is the daily trend. So every time it gets to the top of this channel, it tends to go down, touch it, go back up. It broke it for a little bit, but then went back down, touched it, went down, touched the bottom, touched it. So the potential for this, can be down into here, but it'll be interesting to see because this support line is really big, so it could bounce off and go up. If it breaks that support line, I'll place a sell for sure, because I feel like it can go down in this channel and continue going down. But the support line is pretty big, considering how long it's been since it's broke that. But if it does, it gives it all the potential to continue down in this trend and get down another 300 pips. So yeah, so that's kind of how channels work. You can mess around with them on each, the day, because this is the day and it has a potential if it breaks up. But if you go to the 15 minute, zoom out a little bit, you can be like, okay, what's the trend it's trading on right now? Because you can build a channel with just this in itself. Let's do it. Okay, so see how it was trading within this channel? It broke it, So this kind of becomes your resistance line now. I think this is going to keep dropping. I might place a sell on it on my own account. But this just kind of shows you how to place your channels, and you've got your support and resistance lines. And what that means is just all these lines means when the price, when it gets to that point, it tends to just hesitate before it makes a move. Right here, it hesitated, couldn't break it, so made a move down. Hesitated, went back up, hesitated, and then it broke it. So these things just allow you to just, as long as you have them up, you can kind of be like, oh, I feel like I understand that this is a strong support. So it's either going to break it and go down further, or it can bounce back up and come back into this channel and maybe break it later down over here. Or maybe it's going to break and it's going to start its own new channel headed up. But it allows you to kind of just see what's going on. And I'm really just kind of a visual trader. So I like to see these things and be like, okay, I feel, I'm going to place, right now I could be like, okay, it's going down, but this is a big support line. So I might place a little small trade. I might place a buy. Like if I place a buy, I'm gonna place a really small one with my stop loss outside of this. Because if it breaks it, it just kicks me out. It doesn't go anywhere. But because this is a strong support line, if I place a buy right here, place my stop loss out here, past the support line, it gives a chance to maybe bounce back up and make me some money. But if it breaks it and takes me out stop loss and then comes and challenges this, I'm gonna probably place a sell and let it continue going down. That's just kind of my thought process. But now that you have the tools to create your support and resistance in your channels, you can kind of come out here. Let's go the hour, or this is the 2-hour chart, and you kind of see like, okay, every time it gets down in here, it tends to go back up. But it looks like it just broke that actually. It did. It just broke that line. So let's see. Let's go to our 5-minute. Yeah, it's dropping even more. So let's see kind of how it goes. Wow, it's dropping. So I'd probably place a sell on this right now. What's here on my demo CoinEx account here with you guys? If I go to my Euro to USD, let's change my template back to my CoinEx. So it just broke that huge line. So I'm going to place a trade of 0.05, and then what I can do is I can come back and say, okay, I'm going to move this over so we can see it. Let's get rid of this. So this support line, if it breaks that, I'm going to place my stop loss on this one at 11359 or 360. So if I come here, see how on this one I can't really see anything. I'm going to place my stop loss just a little bit higher. That's $3, but that big support line was right in here, which it just broke. So I think it's going to continue to drop. So I place my stop loss where I feel comfortable, which if you hover over it, or when you move it, it shows you right here to the left over here. It'll show you when you move it how much it is. So I'm willing to lose $4 on this trade, but that allows it to kind of hopefully continue to go up and down that way. I'm making 5 cents, $0 right now. So yeah, that's channels. That should make sense. If not, emails or anything that you guys want to send me with more questions you have, I'd love to help. So there's that, and yeah. And then I'll be teaching the next strategy, the next thing to look at on our next video. Okay,